Welcome to one of the segments of episode 2, Northcliffe Naturally.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yes.
How can I help?
Well, we want to know where you've been in Northcliffe, what you think of Northcliffe, and I think we've got there's a hint in the background about where you work in Northcliffe. Where are we?
My favourite place, Northcliffe Visitor Centre.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How long have you been here?
Well, I think this is going on 4th year for me as a staff, but I've been associated with the Northcliffe Visitor Centre since I was 21.
Okay.
So I was the second manager at a very tender age of 21.
Yep.
And did that for a few years, had a break, came back again, gave it my all, went back to the Northcliffe supermarket.
Oh, supermarket. I remember you there.
Yeah, and then did a 15 years at the Northcliffe supermarket, and then had enough. Decided I wanted to go back to my favourite place, and came back here, and I think I've done the full circle, and I shall be finishing here too.
Yeah.
So that's my plans anyway, yeah.
Soon or later?
Bit later, still got a good 10 years I think in me.
Ah, right, not deliberately. Right,
Good 10
okay.
years of telling people where to go. Yeah.
Yeah. It seems like a nice place to work.
Oh, it is very, very good. We've got the library.
Yes.
The library is open. The Northcliffe Public Library is open 7 days a week, 9 till 4.
Yeah.
I don't think there is a place in Western Australia that has that kind of hours for
No.
the library.
It's not huge, but I think you can get anything you want.
Anything you want, we can order books in for you. There's a great selection of children's books there as well. And it's a good interaction with the local people as well. So, yeah, no, we had to just train to be a librarian so we could wear another hat.
7 days a week. I don't think there'd be too many other places in the world that have...
No,
Well, maybe in the world, but
yeah.
maybe not in WA.
But good service to the locals.
Of
yeah,
course.
so great. And the visitor centre, you know, we did a gateway to the sculpture park, Northcliffe Sculpture Park.
Yep.
And that's amazing. Also the painted tree gallery here as well. And Windy Harbour, you know, and the bush, the walks, Forest Park. So, yeah, it's a beautiful place.
Yes, you can see some of the pictures on the walls.
That's our manager, Wendy Eby.
Yeah, I think
She's a very
she's very talented.
talented lady, a legend on her own
Absolutely.
right.
She is. There's
Yeah.
quite a few showing. That's Mount Chullop.
Yeah,
I know
my
that.
favourite is that one.
She's right into orchids.
Yeah, and my favourite is that one of the trees. And well, all of them are favourites, but yeah, even the tulip one is really, really nice. And you pass tulip every day on
Every
your
day
way.
I come to Northcliffe.
Yeah.
Yes, those are good shots, and there's Windy Harbour. Cathedral Rock, I know that one. That's probably Meerup or Jaegerup.
That's Yeagrab Dunes in Pemberton.
Okay.
And then that's the
That's the
windows down at
window.
Windy, Salmon Beach.
I guess for the Northcliffe Naturally show, coming to the Tourist Bureau was a good place to start, isn't it?
Yes. I mean, I'm really, really lucky, you know, especially a foreigner coming and then promoting Northcliffe, you know, at a young age, not knowing a lot. So,
Where'd you come from?
Fiji Islands,
Yep.
the paradise.
And you might have been back there not so long ago.
I only came back home yesterday. I had 2 weeks break. As you know, some of you might know, I actually went on a journey to heal myself.
Oh, yes.
Lost my beautiful Lawrence last year, which was really, really hard on me and Brandon. So anyway, I went back home and came back with a little bit of clarity and vision of where I want to go, where I want to be.
Very good.
And Laurie had helped me a lot in the visitor centre. As you know, he knew so much about Northcliffe. And that's what made my job really, really easy. And he was a very keen photographer too, so yeah.
All right. I've seen one of him with a, wasn't landed, no, it was a Willis Jeep, I think.
Oh, yes, yeah. He loved all his photos, yeah. So it's an amazing collection he's got, yeah.
I'm going to go over to the Northcliffe Pioneer Museum as well. Of course, there's a wealth of information about Northcliffe there.
There is. There's a lot of information there and a lot of the history from Northcliffe and the Richards side of the family over there as well. So, and you know, we are so lucky that our son has shown a lot of interest in history and holds Northcliffe very dearly. He lives in Perth.
I was going to say, what does he do?
He's a musician, he's a bass guitarist, but he's also just got his master's degree and he's a teacher, years 7 to 12, teaching music
Right.
and D&T as a second subject. Couldn't be any prouder of that son of ours.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And so does he play in a band?
He plays in about 3 different bands.
Yep.
Dear Soldier is one that is close to his heart. And there's a couple others that he plays.
I remember the Hunting Birds.
The Hunting Birds, yeah. Unfortunately, they decided to fold up.
Yep.
And so Brandon thought that was not for him. And he's a very independent boy. He loves doing what he loves doing from his heart. And that's the way we wanted him to be. And yeah, so hopefully we can have Dear Soldier come and play at the Northcliffe Town Hall one day.
Okay. Sounds like someone's going to have to set that up.
CRC maybe, or maybe Mum, good old Mum.
Northcliffe is a town famous for its volunteers.
Of course, yeah. Without volunteers, you know, we would be struggling. Yeah.
I think that binds a lot of the community together.
Sure does, yeah. And it's a good place. I've had a lot of, not a lot, sorry, I've had a few crises and I've been quite touched by the support, the people coming up to me and trying to encourage and telling me to keep going. And, you know, like one person, for instance, Helen Nixon, 20 years ago, Laurie was almost dead in Perth Hospital, and I had this young child, and I was walking down the street, barely any money, and she came up to me, gave me a hug, and she just looked at me and said, "Hey Stash, you know Northcliffe will never let you go down." And I was like, wow, you know, this is really, really nice. And so hence I was pretty certain that this was going to be my home.
I haven't heard that one.
Yeah. So, and of course the farm, you know, farm is the core of my
Now I
heart.
know you live, it's got to be, what, 800 metres out of town or something?
I am one of the luckiest person in Northcliffe. Our farm is the first farm in Northcliffe.
Doesn't have any animals on it?
Yes, it has cows and...
Cattle or?
Cattle, cattle. And we've got some blue gum plantation, a fair bit of bush, and some of Brandon's animals that are going to live there and die on the farm.
Not get eaten.
Not get eaten, yeah. No,
Even
he has a
though
lot of
they're
love for
delicious.
his animals, yes.
Oh, okay.
So, good place. Laurie loved it too, you know. It's Laurie's farm.
There's a little dam there.
There's a beautiful lake there, yeah, that Laurie
Any
named it
aquatic
after.
wildlife there?
Yeah, lots of wildlife, lots of ducks. Beautiful place to wake up every morning and go to bed at night. Very peaceful, very, very peaceful.
I lived in town here 2 years ago for a year, and I thought it's going to be noisy moving from Windy Harbour to here. There's going to be cars going past and traffic. And then Graham said, "No, it's not too bad. It's at night it's quite peaceful."
Peaceful.
And he was absolutely right.
It is.
You don't hear much at night at all.
No, people are quite respectful of other people, you know, try not to make too much
Mind you,
noise.
Your nearest neighbour must be a fair way away.
Yes, and you know what? I don't mind. Sometimes I hear noises in the new subdivision. It doesn't worry me. I just take my glass of wine outside, sit on the veranda and go, turn it up loud.
I can't quite hear.
So yeah, we're pretty cool on music at our house. You know, we've always got music going.
Yep, good.
Yeah.
I can imagine.
Then we had Laurie with his old-time music. Then we had Brandon with his funky music. And then there's me with my Bollywood passion.
Oh, yeah. I didn't
I
know that.
love Bollywood. I love Bollywood dancing. I still love following it. It's, I don't know, it's just something that makes me happy.
Yep.
Yeah, so.
Yes, one of my favourite scenes in of any movie ever is where Kermit and Fozzie Bear are in Fozzie's uncle Studebaker, and
Yes.
Gonzo lands on the roof. He's been holding some balloons, and they pick him up. He's hitchhiking now, so
Yeah.
they pick him up, and they say, "So where are you going?" And he says, I'm going to Bombay, India to be a movie star." And they say, "You don't go to Bombay, India to be a movie star. This is before Bollywood.
Yes.
You go to where we're going. We're going to Hollywood."
Hollywood, yes.
And he says, "Sure, if you want to do it the easy way." And then I think he turns to him and says, "We
Bollywood.
picked up a weirdo."
Yeah.
But yeah, shortly after that, Bollywood took off.
It
funnily
is.
enough.
It's one of the biggest.
It's big.
Big, yeah, pretty
big.
big. I mean, I was in Fiji the other day, and we went to watch a Bollywood movie, Pathan, which is King Khan, my favourite actor, and we couldn't get tickets. We were so lucky that 2 people cancelled that we could get tickets to go in.
Okay.
And yeah, so it's a pretty big industry. Yeah. When a movie comes out, yeah, everybody rushes to go and watch it.
Netflix is full of Bollywood.
Yes, yes. I haven't got Netflix yet, but maybe something later on. I think at this stage in my life, I really want to read. I
Yeah.
love to read a bit more and not look like an idiot in front of my son, not knowing anything.
I'm sure you know as much as however old you are, you've probably picked up a few things along the way.
You're always learning, and you know, I'm lucky coming from a different culture and then coming here, and I was totally adamant that I was going to embrace the Western way and learn as much as I could, and I'm really happy because when I go to Fiji, I become a different person. You know, I embrace that, and then I embrace this, and I just take the good out of here, good out of there, and go, I'm one perfect person.
Almost, but practically perfect in every way.
Yeah.
That's good. That's very good. So, would you rather live in Fiji or Northcliffe?
I think I'll live in Northcliffe at this stage. Northcliffe always, and I like to finish my life here.
That was a trick question, by the
It
way.
was a trick question, but no, I'm not going back home. I will go on holidays because all my family are scattered all over the world. A lot of my family are in America, so we've got a lot of Americans in our family as well. So it's a little bit hard, you know, where to go. And my son is my rock. He's Australian. As long as he's in this country, I will always be here. If he ever moves, I mean, I'm not going to be that protective mum that I was when he was growing up. I let him have his life, but I'll try to be nearby, you know, shadowing him, looking out for him. But at the moment, Northcliffe is my home. And this is what I'll probably finish up doing anyway. So,
Excellent. Was there anything else you wanted to mention about Northcliffe?
Well, if you want a quiet lifestyle, natural lifestyle, this is the place for you. We're pretty close to the beach, and I think we're pretty lucky. We've got best of the both worlds. And I went to Fiji, I had a great time, but I was so happy when I reached the Brockman National Park, and I was like, yes, I'm almost home. And just when you get to the gate of your farm and you're just like, yes, I'm home. So yeah, it's a beautiful place. It's my home.